welcome back to another AutoCount Payroll tutorial video. It's me again, Mia, your IT support from SOCSO Solutions Namahat. In this video, I will guide you on how to create the allowance and deductions to the employee. Okay, let's go. Before we go to our AutoCount Payroll, let us see. We have two types of scenario. Okay, the first scenario is you need to assign a fixed allowance and deductions. For fixed allowance and deductions, you need to assign the allowance and deductions to the employee side. Okay, which means you pay out the allowance and deductions every month. Another scenario is additional or variable allowance and deductions. So for this kind of scenario, you only pay out the allowance and deductions on specific month. For additional and variable allowance and deductions means you only pay out the allowance and deductions on a specific month. So now we are going to our AutoCount Payroll. You can see to add up the allowance and deductions, you go to Tools, and then here we have General Maintenance for allowance and deductions. Here is the existing allowance provided by AutoCount, and this angpao I just add up on our previous video. If you wish to add on or you want to edit the existing allowance, yes, you may do it. Let's say for this housing allowance, in your existing practice, you didn't pay for EPF and SOCSO, yes, you can edit and save. When you process the payroll, this allowance will not deduct for the EPF and SOCSO payments. If you wish to add on another allowance, you need to add on the code, descriptions, and then if this allowance is only activate on a specific period, yes, you can fill up the period. If no, you just leave it blank. Okay, I show you the sample like this angpao. I put angpao, and then this one I just deduct display tax and pay HRDF. If you have a specific formula for your allowance, you can get assist from our support team to guide you on the formula. This one is on the allowance side. Let's move on to the deduction side. Same, go to Tools, Deduction. And then here I have one deduction which is the common one with some of the company, they have lateness deductions. Put lateness deductions, and then if you got a payroll contribution, you may tick this one. And this one, if you have used our time attendance, you can use this formula to capture the lateness time from the time attendance into the formula. To do this setup, you can get assist from our support team. After assigning the allowance and deductions, now I go with the first scenario, which is I want to assign the fixed allowance. For fixed allowance, I need to go to Payroll, Employee Maintenance. I select the employee, Edit, and then I go to Addition and Deduction. And then you need to click Add Payroll Item. We have a different types of payroll item that you can add, either allowance, deductions, optional deductions, or BIK. Let's say this employee, she have a fixed allowance for petrol. And then let's say if she have a specific period for the petrol, you may edit and fill up the period. Maybe she have the allowance from April until July. You can put April until July. Okay, if no, you just leave it blank. And then you can fill up the petrol amount. So let's say a month she will receive 200 ringgit. Considered as a fixed allowance. Okay, let's say you also want to apply the lateness deduction. Let's say during that month, if any of the working day she have lateness time when she clock in into the office, actually this lateness deduction also applied to this employee. If the lateness time have value, it will fill up the formula for the lateness deduction and will have the value for this deduction. This one for further, that one is for deductions and allowance. After that, you can click apply. After apply, you can see it already applied to this employee, and then you can click save. That is how you want to assign a fixed allowance to the employee. So now let us go to the second scenario, which is how to add the additional or variable allowance or deductions. So normally, before you process payroll, we will advise you to fill up the ad hoc payroll item first. Let's say you want to process the March payroll. You choose the month, March, and then you can see we have a different payroll items over here. I pay attention to allowance. Let's say on March, she have another additional allowance, which is I click add new row, and then I can choose the allowance over here. Let's say in this month she have a complete attendance. I give her attendance allowance. Okay, and then I fill up the amount, which is 150, and then save. So this is if you want to add additional allowance to any of your employee. After that, you can choose another employee over here and then add on the allowance or deduction. That's it for today's video. If you have more questions or any requests, you can write down at the comment section below or contact our support team. Bye!